My name is Barbara Adams and I ran the Panorama Day Nursery for 20 years. During that time I found that our babies were being fed solids at 7 months of age. When I mentioned this to my mother, she told me that none of us, my siblings and I, had had solid foods till we were 12 months old. She was a bit concerned about this. I thought nothing of it at the time. But over the years, the parents started bringing children in and giving me food to give them at much younger age, 6 months, 4 months, even 2 months. And suddenly, all around, all we heard about were allergies, autism, all these kind of things were cropping up. And I thought there must be a reason for this. Why? In the whole 20 years I ran Panorama, we never had a child with an allergy. Now they're everywhere and they're allergic to so many things. I started to think about this, so I went back to my mother again. And she said none of her siblings had any solid foods till they were 12 months old either. And I then reflected that my aunts and uncles and my mother all lived well into their 90s. One of my aunties was 99. And this, we must remember, was in the 20th century when people didn't have the medical help that they've got today, and yet we had people living into this ripe old age. So then I began to reflect, what are we doing to our children? Well, I have decided that we are poisoning our children by giving them solids before they're 12 months old. Now I want you to really think about this, because I did bring it up with a dietitian at a conference, and she privately told me after her talk that she agreed with me, but if she said anything to her boss, she would be told to shut up, because so many people had jobs in producing baby food, and so many, the government wouldn't approve either, because people would be becoming unemployed, forcing all this baby food onto little babies that are under the age of 12 months. It is wrong. I had a grandson come around. Both he and his wife are highly educated people. The 8-month-old granddaughter was crawling around the front veranda with a bag of McDonald's chips. And we all know what McDonald's spray their food with. And that began to worry me incredibly, and that child is now quite obese. I had another grandchild that was brought to my house sitting on Mummy's knee, looking like a fat little Buddha, and he started to grizzle. He'd just been breastfed. So I said to her, why don't give him a drink of water from a bottle? She said, I don't own a bottle. I said, what do you mean? She said, well, the nursing sisters told me to demand feed. Well, I'm totally against demand feeding, because it just produces very fat babies. In our day, and my mother's day, the babies either had 3 hourly feeds or 4 hourly feeds. If they woke up in the middle, you gave them water. Yet this granddaughter of mine didn't even own a baby's bottle. So what I'm saying to you all out there is to think about this. I want all the feedback I can get, and talk to your grandparents, your mothers, because when we're gone, there'll be nobody here to tell you what it used to be like, and none of you will know any better. So I'm just handing this over now to everyone to get my feedback. Thank you very much for listening.